who we got. Get up, bed monkeys. It's Monday morning. Let's go. Guys, welcome to another great week. Thomas Bellingham with Eat Inside Realtors. I'm anchored by my partners in crime, Nate Zolkanin. You got to get a different name, dude.
Nah, they don't get it.
Nate Zolkanin, Great Dane Mattingly, and our man from SOT, Brandon Lockwood. Guys, we have a great show this morning. Look forward to it. Thanks for tuning in. Still working on some show technicalities, and each week we're going to get better. So now that you can see our Monday Bell backdrop, it's not in reverse, I hope. And looking forward to another great week. Listen, if you see some of my posts over the weekend, you'll see that I actually had a chance to relax a little bit. But Sunday night, man, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're an ass kicker, if you're out there promoting as a hustler, as a salesperson, hey, Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, start thinking, right? Sunday night, lay into it. Let's get rocking. That's why we're doing this show, right, guys? We talked about freaking Monday mornings. Hey, listen, I know you guys, we're going to get into it here in a little bit. I know you guys can't be dragging us on Monday morning thinking, okay, it's Monday morning, so now you're getting ready, right? You got to be thinking what's going on Sunday night, right?
Yeah, we're already out there building right now.
Yeah.
7:30 this
So you're like, hurry the hell up, shut your mouth, and let's go
No,
get
we're
this
good.
show rocking, right?
Yes, sir.
Good deal. Again, Nate, Dane, here, Brandon, Thomas Bellingham here at Eat Inside Realtors. I want to bring you to another show, the Monday Bell. We're going to get into it. Guys, anything exciting over the weekend, anything new?
Olympics.
Olympics. Did you guys watch the closing? You guys watch the closing ceremony?
It was cool.
Yeah. I didn't get a chance to. How was it?
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the whole thing, but they put on a show for sure.
Yeah. Good deal. Snoop?
Nah, I just caught up on some rest.
Good.
Yeah.
Did you watch it all?
Driving and working.
All right. Hey, 4 hustlers, guys. 4 hustlers. All right, listen, we're going to give out some more Bass tickets again. There's only, I think, 4 home games left. So put some comments in on the Facebook feed, call us, text us, and any way to get a hold of us, reference the Monday Bell, and tell us what you think about the show. Give us some good feedback, give Brandon some feedback, and we're going to get you set up some Bass tickets this week. All right? Let's get into it, guys. So nothing new you guys want to talk about? You're gonna save it, huh? You're gonna save your talking points?
Into it. Yeah, so basically what I wanted to touch on this week is interest rates. You know, interest rates have been low for about the past month and a half, and the Fed. There's been a lot of speculation that the Fed, since the economy's growing, since unemployment's down, allegedly. You never know if you can trust the numbers, but
And we got jobs. I don't give a shit.
yeah, the current climate, the current forecast, everything looks good. So when things are doing well, the Fed, they'll want to raise the interest rate, make money cost a little bit more, which is going to in turn affect your interest rate on your mortgage. So
Sure.
if you're thinking about buying, you're thinking about refinancing, it's really a great time to reach out to us and see if we can help you in any way. Even if you're not, working with us, not a big deal. We're just here to educate. Get contacted with your lender and see if you can save some money or something.
Good deal. Now let me ask you a question. I know, I believe I know the answer, but a 15-year mortgage cheaper than a 30-year mortgage in terms of interest rates? And
Yeah, the interest rate's a lot cheaper on a 15-year.
So $200,000 home. I mean, if you go from a 30 to a 15, can you give an idea of what people can expect to save over the course of that loan?
The amount you'll save in the thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars over the length of the loan, but you're also, basically how it works, you're going to be paying less interest but a lot more principal. So your
and I guess it's kind of an ambiguous question
You
because
can afford it, yeah.
Yeah, you don't know what the true interest rate, but you save a bunch of money though doing that,
Correct.
right?
You'll save on interest. You won't pay as much towards interest, but you're going to be paying a lot more towards your principal, which in turn, when you go to sell your house, refinance, your loan principal balance is going to be way under. So at the end of the day, you're going to have a lot more money in your pocket.
So that's one side of selling a home, right? As a realtor, each day you get to see a lot of different homes, a lot of scenarios. The one scenario we're going to get into today, it's a great segue, is making sure your house is squared away to sell, or making sure your house is squared away to a house that you want to buy. So again, that's why we have Brandon Lockwood here from SOT Contracting. He's going to sit and we're going to talk about why you should remodel, some tips on remodeling. Because if you don't have SOT, when we talk about, if you don't have SOT Contracting, you're SOL. How about that?
Right. Good deal.
Brandon, thanks for coming on this
Thank
morning,
you.
man.
Thank you.
What should people understand when they're considering like a DIY project, do-it-yourself project? And me, I'm a weekend warrior kind of guy, so I act like I know what I'm doing and I muddle my way through.
Sure.
But I mean, how many times at like 2 in the morning I'm doing something, I'm like, damn, I wish I had somebody that really knew what they were doing. So what should people understand?
Well, I mean, I think we've all been weekend warriors at some point. It's nice to, put sweat equity in your house, if you will. But you look at it, time is money, and when you're spending your time doing something someone else can do more efficiently,
Sure.
you're wasting your time, you're wasting your money. Lack of knowledge. When you look at something on the surface, it seems real cut and dry and simple. When you actually get into it, there's always snags, there's always hidden costs, there's always cost overruns, and those things will make you spending your time and your sweat equity really upside down. You bring in a company with somebody who has expertise in an area like roofing or fencing or remodeling or laying tile. They get in, they get out. They put a number on the table for you. You know what it is. It's a turnkey cost to you.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a cost overrun, the contractor absorbs it. You as a homeowner don't.
Say it again. What do you mean if there's a cost?
If there's a cost overrun, if I bid a job, I come in at a turnkey price for you and say, no ands, ifs, buts about it, this is what the job's gonna be.
Okay.
And then I run into a snag or I pencil whip myself, I don't go to my customer and say, hey, guess what, we're $1,200 upside down, pony up
Are you
on it."
serious?
Well, of course, I mean, that's
Wow.
part of my service. I've been doing this long enough.
And it's not scripted by any ways. I mean, I'm sitting here, I'm shocked.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at a project, I've been doing this long enough and I've calculated it enough that I know I put padding in there for profit margin, obviously. I put
We all
padding
gotta
in
pay
there
bills.
for cost overruns. And when I go into it, I use the latest technologies and I've done it enough that I know no ands, ifs, buts about it, what it's gonna cost me.
I remodeled my basement 5-6 years ago, did a lot of the work myself, and then ran into, like you said, ran into some snags, time. I was with you about football at the time, so obviously Charlie Strong didn't want to hear that, hey, I'm putting in some piping, or no, he's like coming to break down some freaking film, right?
Yeah, well.
So didn't have the time, so I called someone, gives me a price, right? No BS, gives me a price, we start going, we're paying him, and he's like, I underestimated this, and it's gonna be about another. So I'm like, WTF, right? I'm trying to not cuss, so I'm talking about. I'm like, WTF. Advancement, right? But yeah, it was like another $1,000.
Yeah.
So you're telling me if you underbid a job, right? Or if you get into my walls down in the basement and you find some other problem, right? Out of our hands, like, as a homeowner,
Yeah.
you're absorbing that cost.
Well, yeah, I mean, but you gotta, when you go into something, you gotta look for those types of things.
Sure.
There's a gentleman in this room I did a roof for, and when you look over,
Gentlemen, I don't know, right?
but you gotta look at everything. You gotta walk the whole roof. You gotta look for soft spots. You gotta prepare yourself for
Sure.
the inevitable, for underlying damage. You know what I mean? And if you don't do your job thorough on the front end, that's your own fault. It's bad business.
That's awesome, man.
Good
Yeah,
business.
that is good business.
Yeah, the other thing is knowledge. Knowledge is power. When you go into doing something and you don't have a clue and you're trying to look online, Googling it, or you go to Home Depot for the Weekend Warrior projects. I mean, you go in there and it's a shit show. Yes.
Yeah,
We'll
stuff
leave it-
show.
Yeah, stuff show. So,
Stuff show.
but anyway, that's about that. It's just like changing my oil. I can do it, but by the time I buy the materials and spend my time doing it,
Yeah.
I'm upside down. To go pay the guy $90 and have it done at the dealership.
$90. What do you drive, a tank?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
It's funny you bring that up because it's one of those things where it's $35 in the cost. I go to AutoZone, I get the oil and the filter and this and that. I've actually been doing it over the last year or two. I got a 7 and 13-year-old, so I'm trying to show them. I'm not always going to change my oil, but for me, it's just one of those things where I want to show my kids that they can do stuff on their own too.
By means, I'm a firm believer in that also.
Yeah. But when you drive, I'm sure like a big dually or a big truck that you have, that sometimes it's just you gotta go pay someone to do it. I understand. Again, let's get back to what's your sweet spot at SOT? What I mean, I know you guys probably can build houses and But you guys have a certain sweet spot that you guys really pride yourself in?
I'd say we do. We're a multi-state organization. We're originally from here. We all grew up here. We do have 3 offices in Florida and then this dual state area, Kentuckiana, if you will. Our sweet spot is going to be exterior renovations, roofing, siding, gutters, patio enclosures, lanais, driveways, anything, fencing, anything you can think of to do outside your house would be my niche. There's other people in the company that do houses turnkey from top to bottom, but you can be a jack of all trades, you're a master of none, if you will. I focus primarily on the outside. I'd say my definite sweet spot is roofing. Would be my expertise.
Okay. So you said a buzzword for me, a key word for me right now is siding. I had a friend of mine, Mike Prestigiacomo, great guy. His dad's in it, and unfortunately, that they had some people that just don't want to work. So it's not my complete. Don't take the wrong way, but I don't want to go down that path. I don't want it to come off like I'm saying, because Mike Prestigiacomo seen is great. He even changed. There's people just out there that don't want to work these days. I don't get it. Not Mike Prestigiacomo Senior. Some bozos that, anyways. So you do siding, right?
We do.
I need you to come to my house.
Yeah.
And I'm being honest, I need you to come look at my house.
Fair enough.
Okay. Explain some things about being up to code. You hear this term, up to code. You got to do it. Maybe it's a scare tactic. If you don't do it the right way, you're not up to code. You got a code place going to come to my house if I, hammer the nail in the wrong way or something?
Yeah, right. What I suggest you do, the next person that says up to code, be like, what is the code? And spit it right back at them, because they don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in that. I mentioned Florida earlier, the most stringent building codes of anywhere in the country. That's where I learned this business. I've brought those tactics up here. I build way above board. I build to Florida specs, even though we're in Kentuckiana. Up to code means that your house is viable to endure hurricane force winds, wind, water, the electricity's run properly, the plumbing's run properly. But here in Kentucky, I like to call it the Wild West. There is no code enforcement.
Yeah.
There's only 2 licenses you can get in Kentucky, and that's plumbing and electric.
What about real estate license?
Okay, when it comes to the contracting business, right. So the Wild West, I say it's a shit show out there, guys. What I see when I go back in and work on houses, nothing's really done properly. Part of my services are going above board and under promising, over delivering, and bringing your house up to a code that is way more stringent than they would ever require here in Kentucky. Especially like when you bring in the roofing.
You got more elements, you got more weather, right?
Exactly.
You got extreme heat plus hurricanes and the salt. Then let me ask you a question. Does the salt water do anything to the moisture in the air? Is that everything they do?
The salt will oxidize certain things on your home. In Florida, you won't see that here. The salt spray, when you go into like metal roofing, aluminum, galvanized versus all of those, there's certain materials you want to stay away from, certain materials you want to use. I also use those same materials here because they're non-corrosive when I'm doing copper work or doing awnings and pool cages and such.
You still got me tripped out, man, about you come and do my. I don't even come in and bend my siding, and you're like, yeah, it's $1,000, and it's gonna be awesome.
Perfect. Yeah.
Any last tips? We're gonna get to the boys here again here in a little bit, but any last tips?
We were touching on roofs real quick. If your roof has any age, if you think it's starting to show wear and tear, if you've got a smoking gun like a leak, give us a call. You can call me directly, 502-200-4534.
Whoa. So what was 200-200?
4534.
4534.
Go to www.sotcontracting.com. Look at us on Facebook. If your roof's showing any wear and tear, call me out. I'll give it a clean bill of health, or I'll tell you the problem areas. Many times I'm able to go after your insurance company, money you've spent hard work on, done hard work to spend the money on insurance. I'm able to captivate and get you a new roof via your insurance company rather than you come out of pocket tens of thousands of dollars. Thanks for your time this morning, guys.
All right. If you don't call SOT Contracting, you're SOL. Can that be your tagline now?
Yeah, I got it.
You're SOL without SOT, right? Guys.
Great company. They've worked for me before. Stand by it 100%. It did awesome.
Good deal. So you're worried about Fed raising the rates?
Well, you know, it's a real possibility. You know, the last time the Fed raised the interest rate was last December, which was the first time in 10 years. You know, so
Was it a big jump? I mean, should people?
I mean,
is the world falling, or is it going to be a rate
I mean,
hike
it's a good sign that the economy's growing. I mean, it's not good for you if you're wanting a mortgage. I mean, money costs more in general because the economy's doing better.
You know, you work harder then. That's all you do.
And it's not. I'm not using it as a scare tactic by any means.
Sure.
It's just if you're interested, if you're thinking about selling your home, if you're maybe paying a high interest rate, you know, over 4.5% on your mortgage, it'd be worth looking to refi. See if you could save some money. You know.
Start a conversation.
Yeah.
They won't flip the world upside down on everybody. Like they're gonna slowly teeter it that way. Like the economy can like adjust to it slowly.
Sure.
So
And again, you know how I am. I don't have a filter. So when people are like, the rates are going to come up, and blah, blah, you know, don't give me any garbage. I'm not saying you are, but
I mean, it's
from Big Brother media saying, okay, rates are going to come up, so everyone's got to, you know, race out. No, at least have a conversation with your lender. With your trusted lender, at E&G lending, preferably, right? So
absolutely, and it won't. What Nate's trying to say is if you're gonna do it, it's good to do it now while you're at the bottom.
Sure.
You know you have the best. Like down the road, you might pay a little bit more, but it's not gonna be anything crazy. But if you're like me, you want to get it when you're best, when it's the best. And also, piggyback off that, some experience that we've gone through a little bit. I would highly suggest getting in a house, especially if it's gonna be something you need to do some work on before you have kids, so you can have time to do the work.
You got experience with that or something?
Man, because once those kids start coming, you're behind.
All bets are up. Right.
It's a little tougher to get stuff done.
When I was remodeling our basement, Reed, my youngest, he was 6.5 and 7, maybe a year old, somewhere about a year old, and you're absolutely right, man. We have this drop ceiling, like not here like the regular. It was stapled, so it was stapled drop ceiling to the ceiling. I'd knock it all down. Of course, goggles and all shit going everywhere. 3 in the morning because I couldn't do it from like 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. because I was at football practice or class or something. And then I come home. You know, you have dinner. Kiss the wife, kick the dog type thing. I don't kick my dog. You know, kiss the baby, come home, watch the news. Gotta have homework or I gotta watch film or something like that. But I'm telling you, 2, 3 in the morning, I'm sitting there pulling staples out, and you know, I had children, got other responsibilities throughout the day. So if you're single out there, no children or kids are out of the house, maybe they're already off to college. Might be a good time to start doing remodeling then, right? So you're not going to do it in our age. In your late 20s, early 30s, some of us, we just hit 40. You don't have a lot of that time, but good deal. Any other parting shots, guys? You good?
Good.
Good weekend, good week? All right. Go out and kick some butt this week. It's Monday Bell, man. Here, you know what? Ring the bell. Ring the bell. Get us going.
Let's go.
Hey, it's Monday. Let's go have a great, successful week. Win the day. Awesome, man. Good show, dude.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in. Boys. Thanks, man. Awesome show.